Welcome to Golden Drop, everybody. My name is Sharon McDonald, and I am thrilled to be here. And it's a pleasure and an honor to be with you this afternoon to go over some personal care items. A lot of people get a little bit freaked out when they see a bar of soap and it's $8, and they think to themselves, I don't need to buy an $8 bar of soap. And then they see how much maybe the toothpaste is, and they think to themselves, I don't need that expensive toothpaste when I can just go buy Tom's. And I don't like how expensive the shampoo and conditioners are, so I'm not going to participate in that either. And really, what's the big deal about the lotions and body butters and scrubs from doTERRA? So I wanted to do a little educating for you on these products and what makes them so special. So where would you guys like to start today? Do you want me to start with soap or the hair care? I need some participation. Okay. We will. Okay, soap. Thank
Okay, let's
you.
do hair care. Let's do
Okay.
hair care.
Okay, we got soap first and then hair care. So that's why it took.
Okay.
There must be a delay. I'm hoping that my Wi-Fi is okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with soap. Thank you, Sherry. So Zena has asked for the soap. I want to share with you about the soap. The soap is 100% natural. Like, you can lick it. It's so good. My kids laugh. They're like, yeah, go ahead and use that soap, Mom. It doesn't matter what doTERRA soap you use because none of it tastes bad. You know, when they say dirty words, or which isn't very often, or they sass me, and I'm like, I'm going to wash that mouth out with soap. And anyway, they laugh. They're like, go ahead, just try it, Mom. So what I want to share with you, this is the Serenity bar, and I've cut this one up into slices because we're using these as samples. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can get 8 of these in a row, right? And this is the citrus bar. And oh my gosh, you guys. First of all, we have a family of 7 plus guests regularly who are using our soap. And it's really important to notice that this bar of soap will last us about 3 or 4 months. But here's the best part. It doesn't melt, and like many soaps do that are natural, they don't melt and become gooey and end up down the toilet. I mean, down the bottom of the bathtub, or clogging your sinks, making a gooey mess out of your soap dish. And I love foaming hand wash and whatnot, but I like doTERRA's really, really well. And I didn't pull that out here, but for foaming hand wash, that's great. I also like to make my own because I like other smells, like juniper berry, and I like grapefruit and litsea with a little frankincense in it, not a lot, and that's very easy to make. But when you're wanting something shelf ready, the value on this, when you buy it in the 3-pack, is out of this world, and it lasts forever. So it's not going to have the parabens and all the other chemicals that things like Dove and, you know, Irish soap, lever, all of those have a lot of things that are not good for you in them that create a bad flavor. The one soap I forgot to grab was Amave, which is downstairs in the shower, and it's black. And it actually got a perfect grade from the Environmental Working Group, which is a really big deal. The Environmental Working Group is a place where you can go and you can put products in and find out what ingredients are in there that aren't good, and it will tell you like the grading system of those products. Like, this is kind of bad, this is sort of bad, this is really bad, and they grade products like that. And so doTERRA's Amave actually is the first set of things that have gone in there that have a grade and a perfect grade, and it's really amazing. So if you're interested in finding out the chemicals of things, you know, that's a good place to start. But what I love about both of these is one, how long they last. They really last. In fact, we've actually had a couple of bars that have lasted 4 months, all the way down to the very last grain. But they smell delicious. They last really well. They lather up incredibly well. Great for shaving, great for washing your babies. You can do all of that with them. So please take a look at this and consider it. The other nice thing I like about these personal products is there's not a store out there that pays me to buy organic products from them back the way that doTERRA does on the loyalty program. Nobody's giving me 30% back every time I purchase. So that's a really big deal to me, and I really want to know and understand that. So I just would encourage you to do a little more research. When you do purchase these, buy them in the trio pack specifically for these soaps. I do love the Citrus Bliss soap and the Citrus Bliss lotion. That is not made up into the soap yet, the new soap, the Citrus Bliss, but it is really good. It actually, I love the scrubby. They've got oatmeal in it, and oh my gosh, it just smells so delicious, and it feels good on the skin. And that one tends to melt a little bit more. It can get a little bit softer because of the type of aging that they do. This, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is French kiln or French something, and so it lasts longer, and it just makes a really awesome soap at the end of the day. Sorry to spend so much time on the soap, but it's a big deal. Take a look at it. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is this hair care. What's amazing in this is you get a 5 milliliter bottle of essential oil in these. That's really amazing, and it's certified pure therapeutic grade. You get a lot of essential oils in these that are really good for the scalp. And let me tell you, the biggest problem you'll have is people using too much conditioner, because normally the stuff that you get from, the grocery store or from maybe your local shampoo, you use a lot of conditioner, and this is not something that you're going to use in these. And I like getting the 2-pack in these for travel, but I love the pump, and there's not a difference in the price. I just like the convenience of a pump because I can monitor what my kids are doing. Like, we had to go and have an education about this, you guys, because they would go through an entire bottle of conditioner a month, and then the shampoo, they for whatever reason understood that they shouldn't use that much. But here's what I like. You need a teeny tiny bit. And I have a lot of hair, and it's very long, and I wash my hair about every 2 weeks, sometimes a little longer. It just depends. Sometimes even once a week. It just depends on what the environment is like and how often I go for a really hot, sweaty exercise. And so a lot of people will say this is extremely drying to their hair, and that probably could be correct for someone who's just coming off of a commercial hair care system. Let me explain to you what happens in both shampoo and conditioners. Oftentimes, first of all, they put surfactants in them, and they do it in the same thing in toothpaste. And that is what makes it bubble. And that's a petroleum product, you guys. So you're actually using petroleum on your body, which is not good. That's why we have such an increased rate of alopecia. It clogs the pores on the head. We have hair loss, lots of women and men who are losing their hair. And it's really needless because these have such there's little chemicals in them, and they're color treated. I love the fact that they have beautiful essential oils in them that really make your hair smell really great and clean the scalp in a really nice way. So what happens is, especially for hairdressers, right? Hairdressers are used to being able to wash the hair, and you've got to rinse this stuff out. Like, you have to rinse it, and re-rinse it, because it's not going to all come out. It doesn't have wax in it. It doesn't have parabens in it, which oftentimes shampoos do have them in there. And so because this is so natural, and it's color. It helps with, it won't pull color. If you color your hair, it's not going to pull that out. So I just really recommend that you rinse your hair really well, and your hair will be, even after using the conditioner, it might feel a little bit more ratty. Okay. And I love the root to tip, but you only use the root to tip on the tips of your hair rather than on the roots all the time. It's conditioning for the roots, but it, for some people, it, still adds a little extra oil to the hair. For people who are losing their hair, I always recommend they do that at nighttime, but the skin absorbs it really, really well and helps encourage hair growth and hair strength. Like, it's a big deal. But what happens when you use this is you just keep combing through your hair, and then it's nice and soft. And the more you use it, the more your hair becomes this very soft, easy flowing hair, and it doesn't seem dry. And it really won't. Your hair's not drier. It's cleaner because you're not using all that wax. So what I wanted to share with you is most commercial companies have like a 10-40 recipe, so or higher. So that means, what that means is 10% is good products that are good for your hair, and 40% is going to be wax, parabens, and other things that are not good for your hair, petroleum, so on and so forth. And that's why it's so incredibly, like, if my hair Pantene, right? My hair feels so soft and silky, and so many others. And these and they keep your hair, this keeps your hair cleaner longer. Okay. But it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. Many people are now moving to a vinegar wash. In fact, Hannah does that, my daughter. But you have some amazing essential oils in here. Don't be afraid. Let me just go through this again. I know that I've said it before, and I'll do it again. When you use this, I'll talk about a baby. A baby literally needs like the size of a pea for the shampoo. Now that we have the baby line, again, 100% natural, use it. For anybody, sensitive skin, use it. It's good for your hair and your body. But for a baby, if you're going to wash their hair, I mean, it's literally like a lentil to a pea, not bigger than a pea size. It's so small. And you rub your hands together, you get it a little bit wet. The hair needs to be wet. You start to work it in, and then you add a little bit more water. And when you add that little bit more water, it just foams up. I seriously need to go outside to my friend's house who has an outdoor shower in my bathing suit and show you guys how to do this, because once it bubbles, it is just bubble, 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 bubble. And you have a good, even after not washing my hair for 2 weeks, I still get this really nice big lather. 3 weeks, it takes me a little, like 2 washes of a nickel each to be able to get it really good. But you always start on the scalp with this shampoo, add a little water, and then you can start to get that lather and all of your hair in it. But I use a nickel to a quarter size for a wash that's every 2 weeks. And that meaning that the 2 nickels equal a quarter in size for US coins. That's just the easiest way for me to describe it. So really amazing products in here. Lots of really good nutritious things for your hair and for your scalp. You're not going to get those extra, yuckies that you can tend to get in these products. The same with this body wash. A very little bit goes a long way. I love this for a bath. It's like, it doesn't last long because it doesn't have that surfactant in it. So you're not going to get a lot of bubbles for a long time, but it really works well. And if you get a loofah, it really lasts a very, very long time. The body scrub, again, you need very, very little of this compared to other brands, just because of the oils that they use in this, meaning like the main ingredient oil that they use. And it just lasts for so long. So they use in here, just so you know, sunflower oil, sweet almond oil, which is so good for your skin. And these oils are what they're using along with coconut oil to refreshen the skin. And so you just don't need much, but it will really do good to, scrub your legs and get that layer of skin off that you want. This is amazing, this body butter, you guys. And it smells so good. Both men and women love this. It's really refreshing, super nourishing for the skin. And now I want to talk about the toothpaste, because so many people are like, you don't use as much toothpaste. Literally, this is it. This is all you do, and there's a really big trick that you need to remember. That's about all you use. Do you see that? Literally, it's not very much. It's the size of a pea or smaller. And you brush your teeth, so you floss your teeth like normal. You can, if you want to, use a mouthwash after that, but I don't recommend it. I recommend just flossing your teeth, then brushing, and you don't want to rinse your mouth out afterward. You want to kind of swish this around, because this will help increase your enamel, right? And make your teeth stronger. And so you want to leave that on so that it doesn't wash away. About 10 minutes after, if you're one of those people that has to use mouthwash and you make your own mouthwash, it's really good to be able to utilize that about 10 minutes after you have brushed your teeth. But you want to stay away from liquid so that you can keep this good stuff on your teeth. Makes them really hard and encourages the gums to be super, super healthy. So that is my personal care story for you today. Let's see, there's lots of questions. Can you help me out, Renee? Because of where I'm sitting, I can't see the screen very well.
Sure.
And what does it say?
Julie Hickman said, love my bars of soap. Had to switch body wash, but now I'm back to the bar of soap. Got all 4. And then she also said, loved what the hair care does to my hair, but I can't use a conditioner unless they take out the sulfate out.
Oh, right. Okay. So she's allergic to the sulfate.
And then Diana Hinkle said, from my dental experience, this is a wonderful toothpaste.
Awesome. I don't see any sulfate in here, Julie. I'm looking at the ingredients on the conditioner, and I'm not seeing one sulfate on here. So I would look at it again and see if they've got it in here, because I'm not seeing it.
I think she just walked away to pick hers up. So
that's okay. She can, yeah, just so you know, I'm looking at it and I'm not seeing sulfates in the ingredients, because the back is to me on this, just so you guys know. There's always a PIP. It's a product information page on every single one of doTERRA's products. So I encourage you guys to look at that. I'm so glad that all of you love it. And I will share with you this, that the baby ingredients, the baby kit is back in stock, and I would encourage you to go get that if you're wanting it, because it's a limited time that it's going to be available. And so grab up and get it, because it's an amazing product set. Amazing. Even the butt paste that they have for bottoms, baby bottoms, really good for cuticles and really dry areas. Maybe you have chapped, chafed skin, maybe a little eczema. It's very relieving for that. And actually, a good little foot mask. I know, but I tried it the other day because I started looking at the ingredients and I thought, I'll bet this makes a good foot mask. And it does. So you put it on, kind of like a paraffin, after you wash your feet and maybe do a pedicure, and then you put, before you do your paint, obviously, you put this on there, and then you let it dry, and then you put your feet in warm water and wash them off. Oh my gosh, you guys, so yummy. Anyway, I hope that this is all helpful for you.
Hey, Sharon, she wrote, it's methosulfate, the 3rd ingredient.
Oh, got it. I do see that. Yeah, well, write in, Julie. If there's something you'd like to see taken out, please write products at doTERRA and let them know. I would love it if there's a way that you can take this preservative out. Yeah. And a note on carrageenan. A lot of people are really up in arms about the toothpaste having carrageenan. It is not the carrageenan that you're looking for. Okay, this carrageenan is a byproduct of seaweed, and it's not the bad product, so it's not processed the same way. So the way that doTERRA explained it to me in the email that I received was that there's 2 ways to process seaweed. One is the one that everybody's up in arms about because it does cause heart conditions and is poisonous to animals, dogs specifically, and how important it is to recognize that this is a different processing of the seaweed. It's not processed. They're using a portion of the seaweed as this carrageenan, and carrageenan is the byproduct of it. So don't worry about the carrageenan in this. It's not the kind that you are used to hearing be the villain. So just so we can clarify that. All right, it's time to wrap up, you guys. If you have any questions or concerns, drop them below in this replay. Let us know where you're meeting. Tell us what of these is your favorite product. I would love to be able to hear that. And remember to pay it forward. People don't know until they know, right? And so when we share the information, we share what we're using, people really do watch what their friends are doing and really look to one another for guidance and direction on what's what, right? If strawberries were on sale at the store, you would go and tell your friend, hey, these are $1/4 a flat. You better go stock up, right? So doTERRA, using your doTERRA lifestyle, people are looking for higher immune systems. They're looking for products to save money at home, and this really does hit the mark. So just be mindful of that. People are watching and they're listening. They're waiting for you to share. So thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciate and love every single one of you. It's an honor for me to share Wednesdays with you, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.